Ajayi, by the time you read this, I'll already be dead. So don't get too excited and read what I have to say. Don't bother looking around the house for me either. Of course I didn't want my body where our beautiful daughter may see it, for she has already seen enough. She has already had to endure far too many years of her mother being tortured by the man she is supposed to look up to. Even though I know my demise is going to hurt her dearly, I cannot live like this anymore. So I'm taking these painkiller pills, prescribed for the kind of pain you had inflicted on me, and off to the beach where I can die peacefully. Don't bother looking for me. Just sit there and do something that you haven't been able to do for the past 6 years. Listen to me. Now that I have to go and kill myself to get your attention, the least you can do is finish reading this letter. I have been writing it over and over in my head for years. Every time that you beat me, I had to rewrite it to add to the horror, because I didn't want you to find me after I died, because the thought of you touching me, even after death, turns my stomach, and I refuse to let you touch me again, in life or death. That is why I've gone to the beach, where the water will wash away my body, never to be seen again. Hopefully. I chose to die because I promised God when I married you that I would love you for life. And since I am more afraid of him than you, I chose death. As I look around this house, you know, it's funny, but I can remember the good times that we shared together before the baby. Before you started drinking heavily. Do you remember those days? Because I do. There were some good times back then. It was almost good enough to give me a little hope that we could get back to those times. Wishful thinking, my heart always says. I guess I have to settle with the fact that no matter what's going on right now, you once loved me. And even you can't deny that. I think what hurts more than my ribs that are stinging me right now is the fact that I still love you. The realisation is stronger than any fist you can clench and hurl at me. Knowing that my love for you causes a stronger and more lasting pain is much worse than a swift kick in the groin from your shoes. This is a pain I can take care of. Something that I can remedy. I don't like pain, and I'm not into pain, even personally inflicted kind, so I had to relieve myself of it. Even as I stood in the mirror this morning admiring the black eye that you gave me last night, I knew that you would never touch me again. As I sucked blood from my spit-swollen lips, I knew I couldn't stand another blow from you. Despite the fact that you promised with tears in your eyes that you'd never do that to me again while on your knees. Despite the fact that you put your hand on the Bible and swore to God that you would never lift a finger on me and that you were going to get help. Well, your prayers have not been answered. You will not be touching me again, and I will have to make sure of that. After the beating last night, when you picked me up and carried me to our bed, I prayed for death to come. As you lay on top of me and kissed my swollen face, so soft and gentle, I cringed. I was in pain, not pleasure. I didn't feel any pleasure even when you were inside of me. I moaned because your weight was on my stinging ribs, and when I scratched your back, I was in so much pain. When you went to sleep, I laid there because I couldn't move. You left the condom inside of me. The condom you wore because you didn't want me to bleed on you, like I did last time you kicked me. I know you looked for the condom before you left the house this morning, but keep reading and you'll soon find out where it ended up. I woke up before you this morning and cooked your breakfast like I always do. As I watched you eat the breakfast that I painstakingly made, spreading the butter on your bread, one thought kept going through my mind. I should have poisoned you. But I felt that was an easy way out. I want you to feel the pain that I have felt all these years. After you went through your breakfast, I put the dishes in the sink and I wrapped up the knife you used this morning in a napkin and put it in my pocket. After you left, I figured out that with me gone, you would run over to your little mistress's house and tell her the good news. Oh, don't look surprised. I knew about her all along. I knew you were cheating on me. So I went over there this afternoon and killed the bitch. I stabbed her home-wrecking ass dead with the knife you used this morning. Since there was a lot of screaming, I knew the police would be here soon. So I took the condom you left inside of me and smeared your semen on her private part. Oh, I know you didn't actually kill her, but you might as well have. It's your fault that she's dead, so why should anyone else take the blame but you? They probably won't sentence you to death, though you have your high-priced lawyers to defend you. The same lawyers that bribed a judge when they had you on charges of embezzlement from the government contracts. Remember, you gave me those documents to shred. I shredded a few, but the rest, I tucked them away. For a day like this. You see that box near the fax machine? This is the rest of your fraudulent documents. I faxed them over to the Justice Department this afternoon. I guess those papers are not going to do much damage since you were going to be linked to your mistress's death, but I'd already faxed them before I thought about it. You haven't been this quiet in a long time. I guess if all that I had to do was die to shut you up, I should have killed myself a long time ago. So, since I've got your undivided attention for a change, let me tell you what I want for you to do. On the side of the computer screen, there is a gun with one bullet on it. On the other side is the telephone. You could A, call the police, turn yourself in and go to jail for the rest of your life, or B, you can take the gun and join me. Don't think of showing this letter to the police. You know how their brain works. I already thought of that. They will think you wrote this to cover your tracks. It's up to you. Don't worry about our daughter, she's with my sister. You already killed your mistress, so you'll be no good to her either. You're about to lose your business and you're about to go to jail. Your wife will be found dead, washed up at shore, bruised and battered from the beatings. Your skin is under my fingernails from where I scratched your back last night. I know you enjoy watching CSI Miami and those crime documentaries, so shit don't look really good for you now, does it? Like you said last night before you punched me on the face, that I'm a bitch? Well, ain't this a bitch? Oh, I know that you didn't think that I was going to die all by myself now, did you? You can either go to jail and get you fucked up, or you can have the man and all the men in the jail beat you around the cell like you did me, after becoming the bitch you claimed me to be. Or you could take that gun, put it on your head and kill yourself. It doesn't matter to me. Remember, we did say, till death do us part.
You are finished.
This is Mrs. Fishola. You're fucking my husband? Just to let you know that he killed himself. And I hope you can live with that for the rest of your home-wrecking life.